Hello JavaScript coders. So today we are going to know about exceptional handling. What is exceptional handling? Why we need this in JavaScript, and what's the real case scenarios of industry based, means when you are going to develop an industry based web application and when you need this, and we will discover a lot of things around that with crisp, keeping the video crisp. Okay, so let's go. So for that we have made a folder, and inside that, as our ritual says, we will make a file with script.js. Okay, now why we need a exceptional handling? Okay, so what's an exceptional handling? Question comes, right? Exceptional handling is nothing but when you handle the codes. Okay, when you handle the codes that are breakable, right? Simple. For example, if you have a variable1, inside it we have stored something called 56. Okay, and what we are going to do is uh not 56, but we will do hello world. Okay, and what we are going to do is we are performing console.log and variable 1 minus minus. Let's see what this gives. Okay, so let's console this. So for that we will go to the right directory of exceptional handling, yeah, and then clear the terminal and then run the file node script.js. Okay, so we encountered an error. What's an error? The error is saying variable 1 is not defined. Okay, okay, so variable 1 is not defined. So why this is happening? Because actually what we are doing is, let me bring it here. Why variable 1 is not? Acha, so there is a spelling error. Okay, so there is a spelling error. Variable 1 is not defined. Okay, so yeah, this is also a code which is not which is earlier the I have given the wrong spelling, so that variable itself is not defined, means not there, so that kind of error came. Okay, so that's also an error. Now let's run this too. So now it is saying that assignment to constant variables. Okay, so what is happening is this code is assigned an in string. Okay, and we know that variable minus minus is generally like decrement. Why when we give something a variable and then minus minus, means we want to decrease that variable by one. True, which is not possible because it's a string here given. Now this code is breakable, so we are trying to perform a integer type thing, which is can be performed only in integer or any kind of number in the strings. So that is not possible, and we know that this is a code which is breakable. So what I am going to do is I will write try catch. Okay, try catch, and this try catch block will handle the codes that are breakable. So what we are going to do that, as this code are the things we needed, so this code are the codes that we needed, that we have written, right? So we are going to paste it inside the try catch, that try this code and see if this code is breaking. Okay, try this code, and if the code breaks, then do something, do the code written inside the catch block. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will simply console an error occurred, of course, and let's console the error. Okay, so occurred, I hope spelling is right, and let's console the error. Okay, let's now run the uh, code. Okay, so node script.js, and something happened. Okay, so what happened is, hmm so it has consoled me the error part, right? An error occurred, and then the whole error has been consoled. Now if I will do error dot message, then let's see what I am getting. Then I will get the error that actually occurred, the message it is giving me. Okay, cool. So right now our code is not breaking. How we can know that our code is not breaking? by simply right means see, we should be very much clear that right, adding the whole code inside the try catch block, now the code will not break itself. Why? How we know that? Let's first comment this part and uncomment the codes written before, and then below this we will write one more console log, and with that, this is the end of the script. Good suggestion from the AI, right? And let's console this one. Let's run this script. So if you will see that it is showing error because of this part. So this part showed me an error, and this console hasn't run once. This actually this the interpreter doesn't come in this line, because of course the error came by in line number 5, and interpreter just stopped the code running. Okay, so if I will comment this part, only this part, and shift this line here and uncomment this one. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, what's going to happen? So code run, the one we want in try block, error occurred. We did something with that error, console that error, and then we also, the interpreter also run the codes below that try catch block. Okay, so this is the purpose of our exceptional handling. Like, we know that this is a code that can be a break, that is breakable, and we want to handle it. So we are handling it like this, just by consoling. You can do later, it's more other things, right? You can do other API calls or whatever, fallback calls, whatever you want. But right now we are just consoling it. And then after that, as our code has not been break, so means it's not broken, so the other lines of codes are running. Cool. Now the question comes, why this exceptional handling, why the breakable code should be handled, right? So let me give you a real life example, and by that I will show, I will just give you a hint why we need this try catch and everything in real life in this web application, and how much it is crucial. Okay, so for that we need a dummy API. So dummy API for testing, yeah, JSON placeholder. We will take a dummy API from dummy API link from here. Okay, so this link is quite good. Yeah, I need this link. Okay, and what we are going to do is, we will open an inspect tool, and let's go to the console part, and let's do fetch. Okay, now paste the link, and then of course this will return me a promise. So what I need is, with that promise response coming, just console the response. Okay, just console the response after the promise is fulfilled. Okay, so let's see what it's going to happen. So promise pending. Okay, and then the response has been consoled, because as soon as the promise has been fulfilled, I asked to do the with dot, then response is console the response. If you are not getting what's a promise and everything, just go to my channel. There is a dedicated video with asynchronous programming and promises. Go with that video, and you will never face any problem with promises and asynchronous programming. Okay, so what we did is, we just console uh, the data coming from the API. Good, very good. Let's check the network tab. So in network tab, you can see that we have hit that API, because we use the script here. So while hitting this API, there are something happened in network tab. Okay, so what is that happen? That the API call, it will show in network tab. If you know how to check the dev tools, these are the dev tools, okay, provided in the browser. So in response, we can see that we got a data. Cool, very good. Now suppose same thing I will do again, removing this one. What will happen? Promise fulfilled, given a response, and that response has been consoled. Okay, let's go to the network tab again, and right now the linked I have changed. I have removed that 123, that is the ID of to dos, and I asked for all the to dos to give me. to the API to give me all the to-dos. Okay, so it is giving me all the to-dos with ID 51, 50, 52, 53, 54, everything. Okay, good. Now there are chances that an error occurs while calling the API. How this will occur? Suppose you written code and you forgot to give this to do, rather than you are giving to do's. Okay, this is an error that can happen. Now you don't want that. See, this type of codes doesn't go in production by mistake. Okay, so don't worry, this will never happen because there are 3 to 4 testing things and all. But you don't want that. If in case by chance it will go in production, it should not break the all the codes within the server. So for that we will give this part in try catch, this API calling. Why? Because if you will hit enter, then we are going to get an error. See, this is an error right now with status code 404. So earlier we are getting status code something like 304, 304 not modified, okay, which are good status code. But status code starting from 400 to 599, that are bad status codes. Okay, so we should not get that. It means that our code is breaking somewhere, our servers are breaking somewhere. Okay, so if this will break and we are not been handling it properly with try catch, then that will of course hinder my server, the UI where I have hosted my UI. Okay, so because of that we use try catch block. Okay, so this is just a hint why we use try catch block, why we do uh, exceptional handling and everything. Okay, I hope you find this video very informative. Hit the subscribe button for more such videos. Thank you.